Cadet, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is George Loos from Houston, Texas. It's my second year here at the Marine Military Academy. I'm very proud to be here.
How did you find out about the Marine Military Academy?
I found out about this place through the internet. I was at home and making average grades, and I figured I needed something with a little more discipline, so I just looked up military schools in the United States, and this one came up and liked what I saw.
How do you feel about the discipline? Has that benefited you?
Yes, sir. The discipline definitely helps a lot. Like I said, my grades weren't that great. I mean, they were okay. And coming here, I felt that the discipline would definitely help that out, and it certainly did.
Do you feel like MMA has really helped you reach your goals now that you're a senior?
Yes, sir. I'm very, very happy to be graduating this year, and I've had better grades the last 2 years than I had the rest of my high school career. So it's definitely helped me get to where I want to go.
And what's the next step after the Marine Military Academy?
Next year, I'm going to be going to Texas A&M University College Station, studying mechanical engineering and joining the Corps Cadets.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like MMA's prepared you for college and for the next step in your career?
Yes, sir. The MMA definitely helps you learn some time management skills, and I think that's definitely a huge part of what other people learn in college. So I'm going to be a little bit ahead of the game there when I get there.
Fantastic. If you don't mind, walk us through the process that, so you were in high school and your grades weren't what you wanted them to be. Walk us through that process of how you went about deciding what the next step might be. And again, you mentioned that you found the Marine Military Academy online, but walk us through that process.
Well, I was a sophomore in high school at Fort Bend Baptist Academy. I wasn't really upset with how it was going, but I felt like I had a lot more in me than what I was giving. And for some reason, I really got the feeling that if I could get out of the house and go to some sort of military school, that would help a lot. And so, honestly, I went and I Google searched military schools, and this was one of the ones that came up. And I talked to my parents about it, and they said, well, we'll support you. We think this is a good idea, and if it helps, we'll do it. So that's what we did.
Have your parents been proud of this decision? Do they feel like it's been the right choice for you?
Yeah, so they're very proud of me. I hear all the time from my mom's friends about how she's talking about me again and things like that. So, and my dad's also very proud of the grades I've achieved here.
Now, did you go through summer camp before you came to MMA full time?
Yeah, so before junior year, I was a summer camper and spent the whole month down here, running around and outside and swimming and all the obstacle courses and things like that.
Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about summer camp. I know it's coming up again, and since you've had the opportunity to go through that, tell the folks out there that might be watching today, what was summer camp like?
Well, summer camp is a lot different than the regular school year. Summer camp is really focused on physical activities and learning to march and drill, so it's not really academic based like the school year is. But it still has the same type of discipline. You learn to march, and you do all sorts of outdoor activities. You learn how to make a bed, which is a big thing for parents, I know. You learn all these small things and skills and wake up real early, so that instills some discipline. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had. I've got a lot of friends from summer camp that didn't even come to school that I still talk to sometimes. So.
Tell us about some of the activities that you did during summer camp.
Oh, we did anything from paintball to pugil sticks. We had PT every morning. We went swimming. We had a day at Camp Perry, which is a Boy Scout camp down the road, where we did archery, and we went and had canoe time on the rivers. And it's just a lot of different things. I get to do everything more than once, so it's not like you try it once and that's it. You get to rappel 3-4 times, so you really get a hang of it by the end of summer camp. It's a lot of fun.
How'd you like the zip line?
The zip line's a lot of fun. That was definitely the one everyone was waiting for.
Fantastic. Now, so you started your junior year then full time, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this is your second year. Tell us about some of the activities that you participated in after you started full time.
Well, once I got to school here, I took the first semester to really focus on school, get my grades back up to where I wanted them. And then the second semester of junior year, I rejoined Boy Scouts. I rejoined the National Honor Society. I joined the Key Club. I really put myself out there and tried to join as many things as I could and get some extracurricular type things going. And this year, I'm the National Honor Society Vice President. been an active member of Key Club ever since I joined, and going in for my Eagle Border review sometime soon. So at the end of the year, hopefully I'll be getting my Eagle Scout. Cross your fingers for that one.
Sounds like you've really done a lot. We're so proud of you. I'm sure your parents are as well. I see all the medals, the ribbons, the pins. Do you want to talk about some of those and what those mean to you?
Oh, well, the wreaths are for good grades basically, and these are the reasons I came to MMA really. So I'm definitely those are something that really makes me smile when I see them. The various ribbons are for anything from YPFT scores to leadership, more academics, and things like that. And then the little medals down here, this one is my favorite actually. Before my senior year, I was a cadet instructor for summer camp, so I've seen both sides of the ball game. And this pin I won because my platoon won the drill competition against the other platoon in golf company. So I'm really proud of that. Something I've really felt I got to do by myself and earn by myself.
So how does it make you feel to actually learn the leadership skills? I know that's very important here at MMA, but actually being leader, how does that make you feel?
Well, it's a very gratifying experience knowing that something that I was in charge of did well, and I think it's a lot of different than here than it is in other places because although the DIs are here and they do watch, they don't take hands-on control. They leave that to the cadets, and so it's a really good experience learning first to follow and then eventually becoming a leader and actually getting things done. And not having other adults tell you this is how you need to do it. They just tell you this is what needs to be done, and you figure out how to do it and get it done.
Do you think that's a unique experience here at the Marine Military Academy to have that kind of focus on leadership, and then actually have that as part of the curriculum, part of things that you do every day?
Very much so. I think this is a very unique experience. I don't think there's very many places like this in the country, at least that I know of, where you get to do things like that. At regular high schools, there's always, counselors and chaperones that are watching over your shoulder to make sure you don't screw things up. But here, you learn trial and error, you learn from watching, you learn from experience, which is not something you get in other places.
Now tell us a little bit more about the experience that you had as a cadet leader for summer camp.
Well, CI is definitely a different ball game than being a camper. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of hard work. We're up every day before the kids, we go to bed after the kids. We have to make sure everything that the summer campers do is safe and is set up properly. We have to teach them all these little things, like even making a bed, how to organize their wall lockers for summer camp. It's a lot of hard work. At the end of the month, though, it's very gratifying to see those kids, see the reaction on the parents' faces when they see their kids again, and it was a good feeling.
So you went summer camp 1 year. The very next summer, you were actually a cadet instructor. That's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the activities that you've been involved in since you've been here, either academic, leadership, or extracurricular.
Well, for the academics, I'm the National Honor Society Vice President. I had a big role playing in the blood drives this year, both of them. I spent all day volunteering at both of those. Every Wednesday morning I go and volunteer at Treasure Hills Elementary, and I tutor a third grade student. For leadership wise, I'm the golf company executive officer. Basically what that means is I'm second in command of the entire company. You have to make sure people wake up and get the right uniforms and pass the word. And the biggest part of that, I think, is to set the example for the other cadets. Make sure I'm always squared away before I tell them to do something, things like that.
Again, that's absolutely awesome. The systems of support that the cadets have from the day that they start, not only from the drill instructors, the teachers, and so forth, but other cadets that have been trained in leadership and are now experiencing leader and know what to do and providing that system of support for cadets. Do you want to talk about any incident or any experience that you've had that makes you feel very proud to say, that's why I chose MMA?
Well, for me, it goes back to the grades, a very basic thing. There wasn't one specific incident, but there was three, and it was each time I got a wreath, which means I had a GPA of 3.5 or higher for a full semester. So I have 3 wreaths now, and I've been here 3 full semesters. So that was just letting me know that I made the right decision.
Again, Cadet, we're incredibly proud of you. All that you've accomplished, you've achieved the rank, you've achieved the grades, you've achieved some of the goals that you've set out for yourself. Is there anything that you would like to say, or that you might say to students still in high school that might be where you were 2 years ago in terms of coming to the Marine Military Academy?
Well, if your first step is having the courage to look at the school, a lot of people aren't going to want to put themselves into such a challenging place, because it's a lot of hard work and you can't shirk off here. And if you're really interested in doing it, then try summer camp. If you can handle the discipline and you like summer camp, then chances are you're really going to like the school year as well. It's the same challenges, but instead of being physical, they're more academic based during the school year. So I'd say try summer camp at the very minimum.
One of the things before we wrap up, I'd like to give the cadets an opportunity to say hello to your mom and dad, friends back home, those kinds of things. So at this time, I'd like to give you the opportunity to do just that.
Well, I guess I'd say hi to my grandparents, my parents, my sister, my aunts and uncles. I know you guys don't hear from me much, but I love you all, and hopefully I'll see you this summer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, sir.